Hey, this is Stargirl, and you should check out my interview on New Atlanta Radio.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. We're live again.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. For real.
Yeah,
Oh,
really.
yeah, welcome back me.
Yeah.
You know who that voice is.
Yes.
Hopefully it sounds familiar to
Possibly.
you. Yep.
Unless I've changed cadence. Who knows?
She got deeper voice somehow.
the star of Atlanta, Stargirl.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yep. That.
I feel so...
Yeah. Just to get a couple things off. Yeah, yesterday, outside of Kingsman, there was an event called 93 Supreme Summer. Had a lot of artists to perform there. We didn't go, obviously, but
Yeah, because Kingsman.
Kings was more important. But yeah, the artists that performed there were Young Chef Lion, Al Gab, Foj, KK, The Kid, Hayes, Willie Mack. Actually, you heard Willie Mack today on the show. Shay Hot, Mango Girls, Umi, Taj Keaton, and a lot of artists there. It's a big event. I wasn't there, but it looked good from all the Instagram videos and all that. So
Yeah. Not as good as the Kingsman's party,
No.
which you all missed.
Yeah, you guys missed it. Greatest party of
Being
all
really
time.
hyped up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
It was
it's
fun.
too late, so.
Yeah.
I really
You
missed
fucked
out.
up.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
You should have came, man. Everybody was there.
Literally.
Everyone.
Everybody was
Not
there.
to my knowledge, but I'm gonna trust you on it.
Cool. So, how have you been? Last time you were here, you were telling us about everything you're gonna do to take over the world, and you've done half of it. You got
So real.
right.
I don't even remember what I said.
You're giving us you're just giving us a quick background on like music and like what you want to achieve and stuff. But we saw that you dropped a single relatively recently.
Yes, I did.
And so how was it? Like,
So basically, my manager Rin introduced me to this person that was like, you should definitely produce with this person, Ramiro. Like, he's awesome, he's great. I'll hook you guys up. You guys will hang out, make some stuff, see what happens. And we met in April, and he came to my apartment, and we had just met. I literally never met this person, just seen his Instagram. And then the first song we made was Split.
Well,
And I don't know, it took a while for me to warm up to what was going on because I am very shy
Right.
around people, but once we were getting into it and I just like randomly came up with the like go get lost then fuck off, like
Right.
I really liked that whole
It's
chorus.
hard.
Yeah, I really liked it. And I also was wanting to do something with Split because I had Split Die.
yeah.
Not that I don't have Split Die right now, but it was different.
Yeah.
And I was like trying to come up with something like that with that idea, and we just pumped that song out, and then immediately you're like, oh, we have to do this.
Right.
We have to like go along with what's going on here. And so then we started working together more, and we've created quite a bond actually. I really love him. He's really easy to work with, and we've been working on a couple more songs in that essence, and we have been for a couple months, but then since I recently moved and also school started, so we took a little bit of a break.
Right.
But before that, once it was very fast. I was like, Rin, I have to release this song now. It's done. I want it now. But obviously, I wanted a video with it, and I had this whole concept with the split die and like the face paint, and I wanted to create like a world.
Right.
And so I just kind of ran with the whole half purple, half white, and sat down with some of my friends and was like, okay, what would be a cool idea for the music video? What should we be doing?
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. Because we already had the song done, completely mastered and everything. So, and we were sitting on that for a while. And then once July came, I work at a production, like, camera renting place. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna take this from work and we are going to film a music video in 2 days. And then we did that. And one of my directors had just gotten a surgery done, and so we were just like really all pumping each other out.
Right.
Just and it was really hot that day that we filmed the music video, and I had to repaint myself so many times. Anyways, all besides the point. We were planning this big release so that we could have the song and the music video and the whole aesthetic of the split come, and then
Right.
I forced myself to edit the music video. after it was done because we finished mid-July, so then I had about 2 weeks to get this done because it had already been submitted to the stores like months prior. So I was like, well, we have to do this, and literally the day before the Saturday, so basically the day of Split's release, I was still editing the video and I had like just sent it to the production team, been like, guys, it's done. Just because my computer kept dying and like crashing on me because the files were so large because we were filming with a camera that it was a whole ordeal, but it got done and I was really happy with the result, and I felt like I did the artistry that I wanted to do, and because I'm such a visual person, and the whole planning. I didn't even mention the cover shoot that we did. That was at like in June, I think. That was a whole ordeal. That was the first time we were testing out if the paint on my face was gonna work and everything, and it turned out well. I felt like after a lot of not a lot of editing, but like fixing and tune-ups, it was good. I felt like the idea presented itself properly. But yeah, that's pretty much what happened. It was all very quick, except for that one gap of where we made it in April until June, because I knew that I would have to. There was just so many waiting things I had to do. But yeah.
No, it's really cool how like you have that consistent like theme and like story to it through like the shoot and the video and everything.
Yeah, I wanted it to be connected to V-Day somehow.
Okay.
I love storylines, but I was like, obviously, this was not an idea when V-Day that music video came out.
For sure.
So I was like, well, it's okay. And so. We had some technical issues on that shooting day, but that was because initially we were supposed to have audio, like we were supposed to be speaking, not like the robot noises and the subtitles, but the audio completely messed up, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do, and I sent it to Ramiro and was like, please help me, please help me do this, and he came up with elevator music and like just like pressed keys on a synth and was like, there you go.
That's pretty cool.
I was like, cool.
Yeah.
So yeah. But
a little artistic flair to it.
Yeah. It added some like abstractness to it. Not that it wasn't abstract already, but like actually like this is weird.
Yeah.
But I like that.
No, and it's really cool that you like going from the concept of your album to this. It's like it's different because it's not like space themed, but it still feels very like in the same progression, like storyline, like Stargirl, Odyssey.
Obviously, I wanted to keep that. It's really honestly satisfying to look at my Spotify with the albums because it's like Nebula and then the Split. They just go so well together, obviously because there's just purple in it. But like that's the
There's
point.
one consistency.
It's just supposed to look like that. So
yeah.
The Split was a really good song.
No, it's dope. And so Ramiro also just put out a project or
a tune, a single, Cherry. Go listen to it now.
Nice.
Got you.
It's a great song.
Yeah.
And everything that Ramiro has coming, very good.
Are you on any of it?
No.
No.
Well, Ramiro is the type of person to be working on things for like 2 years and be like, yeah, now it's done. Now it's ready. I'm like, cool. So if I was on anything, look 2 years ahead.
We'll be on the lookout for it for sure.
And then, well, I mean, are you dropping like an EP or album anytime soon, or are you gonna like take a break off of that? So
you're so pushy.
Well, I'm just asking.
He's in a rush for some new music.
You know it, yeah.
I gotta ask.
I have some songs that I'm sitting on that I have the next one that I want to be out. I just haven't planned a release. And we have a collection of songs, so hypothetically there is an EP or an album on the way. It's just we need to work on some things.
For sure.
And the whole idea hasn't completely come together. And if I'm being honest, because we were going to do the whole thing on like Split, like a Split thing, and I want a whole story with it. But I don't know I think it's too specific for everything that we've created with the project, because I don't know. I feel as if I'm talking about different things that I've never really talked about necessarily, so I'm like, I don't want to just focus on this one main idea that's central of like being in the middle of something, because that's kind of what we were going off of.
Okay.
But all the other, like all the songs, they all feel cohesive to me. And they definitely are like Split vibes. If that's, most of them are like guitar based and stuff.
Gotcha.
I'm trying more to show off different sides that I can like merge into different genres necessarily, but like Split was very on point with what was going on. Like,
Right.
pop rock,
Yeah.
summer tune, cool.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to get away from specific type of stuff. Just do some of what like Nebula was with like auto tune and spacey stuff,
Right.
but also I have felt like I never really got to show off like my vocal capability
Right.
on anything, and so I'm trying to like push that
Gotcha.
Okay.
more this time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's like it might be hard if you like made Split and it just kind of like happened, like it came together,
Yeah.
like, no planning,
Right.
and then like if you want to like base something around it,
It's hard to go back into that
Mhm.
and then be like, okay, now let's build around this idea that's
Yeah.
already out in the public, and now it's gonna get all messy.
Right.
Uh-huh.
And not to say that we're not still doing something like that, but
Right.
you know what I mean.
but yeah, like
It can't just be this central idea that everyone already knows.
right, like halfway through you like get another idea and you're like, oh,
Like,
what
oh,
if we
this
did
is
something
better.
completely different?
Yeah, exactly. But
Yeah.
yeah. So nothing super permanent, but I will say there is a specific song that I'm like, this has to be out soon.
Right.
Okay,
Got
cool.
you.
So, and that we're just working on the notes.
Mhm.
Right.
So you're thinking like a few singles, like a handful of singles before?
Yeah, that's more realistically, that's what's gonna happen, especially with school and stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know how much I'm able to stretch myself out
Right.
of really putting in the effort that should be put in when I make a project.
Right.
But that's not to say there's not good music coming.
No, definitely, yeah.
I would believe you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the singles route is definitely like a viable option
Right.
Yeah.
for people.
I think that it's more realistic for how much people want new stuff and new
Mhm.
content. Like people just they want new stuff all the time, and
Right.
you could release a project and then 2 months later they're like, okay,
Yeah.
next I
Right.
want something else,
Right.
like something new. And I won't lie, as an artist, I probably feel the exact same way. And I'm like, okay, next I'm done with this. I've been doing this for so long, but
Right.
that's just not how it works with
Gotcha.
like actually creating the whole thing.
It is
Right.
like an undertaking, like it's a
Yeah.
huge endeavor
Yeah.
to put something together like that.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. Also, like, are you like we saw you worked with Kaki in the past, worked with them in the past. Do you see that yourself working with them like in the continuing future, or are you
Oh,
gonna branch out
100%.
and,
We-
like, work with other people too?
Oh, I would definitely. There's a handful of people that I've been wanting to work with. That I
Shout
just
them out.
haven't.
We live for drama.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna. I can't say anything specifically, just because honestly, I couldn't think of something on. Anyways, but definitely, Aiden and I are close friends, so
Uh-huh.
we work in close proximity all the time. Just
Yeah.
around, we're in the same bubble all the time.
Shout out Aiden.
Yeah, shout out Aiden. I love you. But I definitely do see us working in the future.
Oh, dope.
So, and I'm super excited.
Gotcha.
And you should definitely listen to their album, Luna. It's so good. And I'm so proud of them.
That's really good.
So yeah, shout out Kahi.
Shout out Kali.
And then over like since our last time we met, you've been like doing a couple shows. You're at the Galp Festival, like that happened in March, and then like I think you did a couple. Like
I
think,
did.
over the summer.
It's
I
April
played-
1st,
It
actually.
was April 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played the Masquerade, which was really fun.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, you were at the Masquerade.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
that
I
was-
performed
yeah.
Split there for the first time.
Oh wow.
And
Yeah.
Was it out at the time?
no,
Okay.
it was unreleased. So I was really excited for that. And that was fun because it's really, the chorus is easy to learn. So you're like,
Right.
okay, now I
Yeah.
can sing with the audience.
Uh-huh.
That was really successful. But that, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Rin, in the future, but I think that was the last one, but that's just because of many life aspects, but
Yeah,
definitely,
not
yeah.
necessarily that I haven't been wanting to do shows or there hasn't been the opportunity. It's just that, I guess it is that I haven't been wanting to do shows, but just for other reasons.
Right.
Not necessarily that I don't want to perform. I love performing.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite parts of this whole entire thing.
Right.
But honestly, the aspect of like shows, the social part of shows is really overwhelming for me.
Yeah.
And so
What do you mean the social part? Like the after fact when people
it's
like,
the
wanna
before
talk?
and the after. No, I love talking to people after the show, and I love talking to people who, you know, are there to support me. It's just
Right.
that there's a whole other aspect of you. Those artists, we've all probably been there for like 4 hours.
Yeah, they're trying to go home.
I'm talking to a bunch of people that I don't really know.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like my fans or my listeners, just other people that I simply don't know, and I'm a very anxious person,
Right.
so it gets really tiring. And then at the end of the night, I'm like, man, I'm so glad. Like, this was so fun, but I'm so glad this is over and I
Right.
can leave and like go to sleep.
Right.
And partially I do it to myself, but I'm always wearing like really big shoes, which is annoying because I get home and I'm like, wow, this was so painful,
Right.
and now my feet hurt for 2 days, but I feel like it's worth it.
Right.
Yeah.
But I definitely do that to myself, so I can't complain about that. But
Gotcha.
the whole, I'm just a very introverted person.
Yeah, I get that.
So those show times are like pushing a lot of me.
Right.
Yeah, it's a super exhausting
And
process.
I don't want to serve someone a bad attitude just because I'm tired and they're like super excited about what they just saw.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm gonna be nice,
Right.
and
Yeah.
it's nothing against them.
It's like we were talking about before. It's hard to have the performance regimen of someone like Kahi.
Yeah.
Like
I
almost every
can't-
weekend at one point.
Yeah.
I can't
like-
imagine doing that when you go to college and when you're
like have a job
19
also.
or 20 and
Right.
have a job and relationships and everything.
Right.
Mhm.
Which is, yeah.
Gotcha.
But if that's what we're getting ourselves into, then I guess here we go.
Yeah,
But
get ready,
you know
get
what I
ready for
mean?
tour.
Right. I was just saying, imagine
Right.
going on tour right now.
I would love to go on tour, but that's if, this was my job.
Right, yeah, that's
this
a
is
little
like, this is where,
more
you
carefree.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
And then you mentioned that you do a lot of things independently. So like, do you ever see yourself like, I don't know, if a label to reach out to you, just like to take off some of the burden that you do on yourself, to like, or like like a bigger production company to take off some of that burden you do on yourself? Would you-
100%.
Would you do it?
It's just like the same, like, I'm finally not alone where I have Rin and I have Ramiro,
Right.
because I hate producing
Right.
music. It's not, I don't hate it, that was a very large exaggeration.
Whoa.
Whoa. But it's really tedious to me. It's not my favorite part. I love singing. I love to just be like, okay, I'm gonna,
Yeah.
like,
right.
call me a dumb person or a dumb girl or something. Like,
No.
you know what I mean? I don't know, but like, I just want to sing into the mic and
Right.
and have a conversation about what I want this to sound like and what I want to progress in it, and then this person can do it. And that's what I am with Ramiro, and finally
Right.
found that. So I wish I could do that in other aspects, but at the same time, I am a control freak. I could definitely see myself like branching off into creative direction just as a job in general,
Right.
but like as that aspect of things, like with music videos, I'm so specific as to how like I want things, not in a bossy way, just it has to be good, it has to be this, I don't know. And so there's so few people that I can properly communicate that with.
Right.
So yes, I would definitely want to do that, especially if I've always wanted to do stuff with video effects and stuff that I just cannot do alone
Right,
without
yeah.
spending years on it. So I would definitely put that onto someone else.
Got you.
And if that was me signing to a label, I guess I'm going into debt. So yeah,
As long as like it's a relationship that lets you have
control.
That, yeah,
Right.
some
Yeah,
sort of
or
control.
freedom.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How often does that happen though? Like, do artists get like, unless you're like a superstar superstar, you get creative freedom? Like,
Yeah, I
starting
mean,
out.
I don't know, like how much negotiation you're able.
I feel like the narrative is
Yeah.
changing though.
I mean, you know.
Just with more people being aware and more degree paths like I'm in,
Right.
being music business, and people having the knowledge that they have to go against these types of people that will take advantage of you. I feel
Right.
like you're more aware
Yeah.
of specific things, but that's not to say that people every single day get taken advantage of all the time.
Oh,
right.
And you will
Yeah.
be taken advantage
Yeah.
if you sign a label. Even I feel like the biggest pop stars and biggest artists are still being like, well, didn't really want to do that, but that's
Right.
not in my control. That's someone else's job.
Right.
Yeah.
Someone else is doing that.
Like
but
even
okay.
if you have the best contract
Right,
and like
exactly.
you're still getting somewhat exploited.
someone,
Right.
yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Your whole business is just exploiting yourself,
Yeah.
which is just some self-acceptance.
Yeah. Like yeah, we do live in a post SoundCloud world.
Yeah.
But like there's definitely is some of the old
Yeah.
guard
Right.
there.
Yeah.
And then I guess as music starts to pick up for you, and then you still balancing out school, do you see yourself continuing with like being a student, or once like, I don't know, like your career, like
If you blow up.
yeah, once you blow up
Overnight.
yeah, like tomorrow, like you see yourself still being a student?
I think I see myself still being a student, but I don't know if I hold that value to myself or if it's my parents, and I would like to pursue that for them, to get a degree and do that for them because they've worked so hard to get me to this place to allow me to get a degree.
Right.
Also, I think that I would be really pissed off. I would not be pissed off if I blew up. I would totally love that to happen. I'd be kind of mad at myself if I made myself go through actual hell freshman year with like COVID and online classes and almost just going off the rails and just being like, okay, well,
I didn't have to do
any of that, and I'd be kind of mad. So
But-
I'll have to follow through if that was possible.
Yeah.
Right.
In this case, if I'm really blowing up.
Right. But also,
So-
like, if you hadn't gone to school when you had, like, you wouldn't have met the people.
Exactly.
And, like, you
If I
wouldn't
hadn't
be in the same position.
gone to school, if the things hadn't happened how they had, then I wouldn't even be Stargirl.
Yeah.
Like, Stargirl would still be a project under Channing Gotti,
Right.
Gotcha.
but it wouldn't be Stargirl. I was supposed to go to school in Denver, Colorado, so I don't really think that the, like, synth pop really would have gone off as well there.
Right.
I don't think it would have been picked up. I don't know.
You're relatively close to LA though, so you could like travel to LA.
Yeah. I was
relatively.
supposed to go to some, like, music private school that
Right.
was way too expensive. They didn't give me a big enough scholarship.
We got the good old GSU music program.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love GSU. This is no hate on GSU whatsoever. That was just not the plan.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad it happened like this.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't have wanted it a better way.
Yeah.
Right. So how far you see yourself by pushing a single split? Because it's a really good song, and I think it does deserve like more promotion. Like you're already doing a good job of it, but like how much energy do you want to put in pushing that single, or are you just gonna like sit on it for now and then just like pick another song and push that instead?
A great question. I do routinely, this isn't necessarily seen by anyone, but like we routinely do submit to playlists.
Yeah.
But other than that, the real thing is we have some merch lined up still, and the recent merch drop was we were really playing off of a lot of purple and white and stuff, so that
Right.
it could be merch for Stargirl, but also be something that was with Split. And so we have some merch, but that's not like my favorite part of promotion. I really like creating. I would love to create more visually with that whole idea, but it would have to be different because I don't look the same now.
Right.
Also, I never ever want to do I never want to paint my body again. That whole process was so showering like genuinely 6 times in 2 days
Oh
and
my
scrubbing
God.
my body. It was treacherous,
Right.
but I did put it upon myself. So I don't know. I think that it realistically will probably be sound through social media and just be recurring, unseen. I have so many photos from the cover shoot that no one will probably ever see except for my Lightroom. But I would love to do more stuff, like just be releasing that. But it's also a juggle between, do people really want to see this that many times? Of
Wait, why not?
of the same thing. I don't know.
Like I could reach other people that haven't seen it.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's also, I guess it's hard just because of algorithms lately
God,
are really
yes.
bad. And I won't lie that my main one is Instagram because that's where the most following has built up.
Right.
Definitely.
And it's just like flop after flop after flop, but then over time it's like these are gaining more people because Instagram is ass.
Right.
So
Yeah.
It makes you feel like shit, but you're like actually
right,
kind
you
of making
feel,
some progress.
You feel like
Yeah.
this isn't working at all, so I don't want to do it, and now I
Right.
feel stupid because you're just like posting almost the same content, and I'm like, oh, I kind of feel dumb now, but I have to say that's part of this is feeling stupid
Right.
and kind of being embarrassing, because if it works once, then you're fine.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like how when people blow up on TikTok, where you go back and you're like, oh, you've posted this 15 times in the past month. Wow. But that one time it worked with an audience, and then it just skyrocketed.
Yeah,
So
right.
You gotta be a little
Right.
annoying.
Consistent. Yeah.
so it's up to how far I want to embarrass myself, but not necessarily that it's actually embarrassing, just within self.
Right.
Do you see performing as a good way of like marketing yourself?
It's the best way to market yourself,
Mhm.
I think. And I've been wanting to have performances at bars, and like it was really funny when I went to South Africa last year. I performed at a brewery there, which not necessarily any of my songs, but I just sang because my family was annoying and decided, so I was like, go up there, and I was like, okay, great.
She can sing.
No, exactly what happened.
Yeah.
My mom was like, no, don't do this. And I was like, well, now that you're saying that, I shouldn't do this. Like, I'm going up now. Like, I'm gonna sing this song. Sang Bad Moon Rising.
Nice.
But it was really fun, and like I liked doing like environments like that, and I feel like that is probably the best way to be promoting myself.
Right.
Because this is a completely different audience than anyone who listens to me.
Right.
Also, honestly, school has been really good for promotion because I'm surrounded by all these people that are doing the same thing as me, and I'm
Right.
like, oh, here's my stuff, or blah blah blah.
Right.
And so that has helped too.
Gotcha.
And a lot of my professors that I in the music business program, there's like 3 main ones, and like they'll if I keep a relationship with them, like they'll vouch for me
Right.
for their people. So school, performing at bars, and then performances also with like the normal Atlanta
Yeah.
to keep up with sustain your audience.
Right.
So yeah.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
You should have a festival called Stargirl Festival. I just never
I've
thought
wanted to
about
do that, but I feel I'm scared. I don't know. That to do it wrong, and like not weird people showing up, that's not what I mean, but the wrong people with not good intentions showing up, and that's not in my control. Like
Right.
there's all those types of people in Atlanta, and I come across them all the time.
Right.
I don't know that I do that, but I do, and I don't want them there. But
Right.
I have no control of that. Also, I don't know if I have the capability. I think my whole thing is finding a space where like the cops wouldn't be called,
Right.
you know? And there's a couple that I could think of off the top of my head, but I don't know. Event planning, I don't know, that sounds like a lot. It sounds,
is a
but
lot.
it does sound like something I would like to do in the future.
Right.
I would love to join with someone, whether that be like a collective or like another artist. I'd love to do like this X Stargirl,
Right.
and that, I'm sorry, I keep hitting this mic. That be the form of the event, because I could definitely be in a collaborative environment like that.
Right.
So, if anyone wants to do that, here we are.
Right.
I'm reaching out to you.
Yeah. We can talk. No, yeah, but you want to find like a place you feel comfortable,
Yeah.
and like you probably wouldn't do like the Gus approach, just like out on the street.
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
like a
'Cause
bar
It's a
where-
less controlled environment.
Right.
Absolutely. Like a
Yes.
bar is like, it's like not under control, but it's more controlled because like people have like
Yes.
etiquette in a bar,
Yeah.
and it's like people you wouldn't know, just like in
Yes.
passing.
And also I
Right.
could have like Rin with me to be like my back and be like, if someone starts being weird
Yeah.
or like rude or something, any anxiety that I have, like Rin's like, it's gonna be fine.
Right.
So, or like someone with me. Not necessarily that I couldn't on the side of the street, but that's a different.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So,
Gus
yeah.
is a brave man for
Very,
that stuff.
very brave man.
That's dope. So it's like, so what's on the menu for the next like few months to like for you? Yep.
I have been. It hasn't been executed whatsoever. You can expect a live recorded performance.
Ooh.
I really
fancy.
love those. It's like, ever since I did Leverage Live, but it was fake because we did it in one night and we used phones and stuff, and like put one of my roommate's phones on the ceiling with like putty, and that's how we used one of the cameras and just recorded it in one take.
That's
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
Creative.
Now that I have the connections to get a larger production value with that, I've been wanting to do something outside, but like record it and like put it together as almost a live music video
Right.
for potentially the next single that there is.
Ooh, nice.
So I'd expect something like that, but right now I've honestly just been putting my creative energy into photo shoots and visual aspects, because I really do love doing that.
Right.
And being creative in that aspect, that while I can make music, this doesn't have to be connected whatsoever, but
Right.
more building an image. And also, let's say one day I didn't want to do music, well, I could do something involved with visual arts.
Right.
Right.
So,
Like building your like skills, your
Yeah.
repertoire of like.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That
So
makes
yeah,
sense.
a lot of social media presence is what I would expect, I
Yeah.
guess.
You're giving a lot of like art direction, like energy.
Yes, I didn't really realize that this should be something I should look into until my roommate Rachel or I can't remember if it was photographer Georgia Mills, also my friend. I can't remember if it was one of them that was like, you should really look into doing creative direction or art direction for like a job, and I had never considered that, but I do feel like I might be kind of good at it. I mean, that's just like my theater brain. I used to do theater, and like I maladaptive daydream all the time, so I feel like I could come up with something that looks pretty good for someone's vision.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad I'm giving that, exuding that energy, I guess. And it does come around near Halloween.
Okay.
I love creative energy around Halloween.
Interesting.
It's really good.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be dope. Yeah. Yeah. Then, are you gonna like split your hair in Halloween colors too, like orange and black? Like, that's your...
No black will be happening in this household.
Yeah.
But
License of color to dye your hair.
I accidentally. I'm so sorry if I worded that so wrong. I really apologize.
Malik's dying right now.
I'm so sorry. I accidentally dyed my hair black once, and I'm so. That's why I said that statement, because my hair was bright blue and I dyed it brown. And it turned black, and it was actually awful to get out of my hair. So no black hair dye.
Okay.
Will be.
So just straight orange for Halloween.
Absolutely not either. I just plan on going back to purple fully.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm gonna try to keep this pink through Halloween. I'm gonna try, but you guys can't hold me to it because I'm truly horrific at deciding that I like something.
Right.
The only reason it stayed purple and blonde for so long is because my old like go-to hair color was platinum blonde, and purple's my favorite. And so then my new one is purple. That's just my go-to.
Right.
So I was like, oh, that's good. It can stick. This, I don't know how long this will stick,
Right.
but yeah.
Was it a lot of work, like having it dyed into different places, or you just?
Yeah, the purple and blonde the upkeep was awful, because I have to take cold showers so the dye doesn't mix, or like the blonde doesn't turn blue or green.
Right.
And then doing my roots is annoying. This just sounds like a whole, but it wasn't that annoying. It just, I didn't like to do it. And when my hair is naturally dark, so when the blonde would grow out, you can tell. Not that you can't tell with the pink or anything, but with the purple, it's way less noticeable.
Right.
So, yeah. But my hair was bright white, so I was like, better not waste this opportunity, I guess.
Right.
Since it's really hard
Do a photo
to
shoot.
get, like,
Make a
at least
song.
get some photos. Make a song,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Get a music video.
Just like the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's V-Day meets Nebula.
Oh, yeah.
Bars.
Yeah.
You get it done professionally?
No,
Oh, wow.
absolutely not. This is all me.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
I mean,
My roommate Rachel, also my best friend, has helped me a lot in the past, and mainly done it in the past, but I feel like I've taken over her.
you've learned.
Yeah, well, I taught her,
Oh.
if we're gonna get technical, but she got a lot better at it than me.
Gotcha.
And so I was like, I trust you completely. With like bleaching hair, I'm really not good at that. I've gotten a lot better with my roots, but as for like bleaching the entire head, that was not my thing. Completely Rachel. I've more taken it now, but like this, I just did it today.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Yeah, really though.
And the eyebrow, too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
She really committed to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be a sad day when the split hair color is gone. Like, yeah, like the song's dope, but the concept
Yeah.
dies.
Yes.
guys
No,
delete
that's
the
kind of
song.
how I felt. Not today, but while I was debating, because I was like, I need to change this now.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is kind of sad because this is such an aesthetic in my existence.
right.
You, like,
The-
bought into it.
I
super hard.
really went into it,
Yeah.
and a lot of my clothes are just white and purple, just like in combos.
Right.
So, like, it's just, it was a little bit sad because I have a little section of my room that's just like all my Stargirl stuff is in it, and it's
Right.
just purple and white, which, not that that's gonna change, but it's like, I don't match that anymore. But that's completely okay. Once my hair is fully purple, it'll be fine.
You
Right.
dye all the white stuff pink.
You're right. You're right.
Do people compliment your hair every time you walk around campus? Like, oh my god, it's Stargirl.
Yeah, I don't necessarily get the Stargirl. It's been a while since I've actually, in one of my classes on the first day, this girl turned to me and was like, "Are you Stargirl?" And I was like, "Yeah." yeah. But I always feel a little bit awkward, and I'm like, yes, that's me. But now I feel weird because I don't feel weird, but I feel like self-conceited almost. Like,
Right.
Are you Stargirl? I'm like, yes. Yes, that's me. But I'm like, no, I'm Channing, actually.
Yeah.
We're at GSU.
Another
But
name.
I do get the compliments on the hair. It just in terms of like, I love your hair. Like,
Right.
your split dye is done so well. And I'm like, wow.
Oh, you like the
Yeah.
split dye? You should
Like,
check out my
thank you.
song Split by
It's so
Stargirl.
real. I wish I was that like
Right.
pushing of myself. Like this other day at Publix, this guy was like, I love your hair. Wait, I love your hair. And I was like, me? And I was like, thank you.
Well, that can be scary.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah,
Just out in public.
completely. They're
Yeah.
like, wait.
Don't leave.
Dude, I love your hair. You, hair. And I'm like, what are we? Whoa.
Yeah.
We are in a Publix.
Like after the first one, I'm just like, if they don't hear it, you just keep walking.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
Like, yeah, that's me.
I'm hard
Yeah.
of hearing.
Keep going.
Or I never think people are talking to me. She's
Right.
like, I like your hair. I will not turn around.
Like, forget that it's there.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. The best part, not the best part, the worst part is when I have my AirPods in, but you can tell that, like, not when my hair is down, and someone will be like, and I'm like, thanks. I'm like, I don't really know what you want me to do because you definitely can tell that I can't hear what you're saying, so
Right.
you're
Yeah.
doing all this. But I'm like,
Just lying to each other.
exactly.
Yeah.
I start signing.
Yeah.
You should walk
I would love to
around.
do that.
You should walk around with a QR code like to your song, like with you. So every
Yeah.
time people compliment you, like you just do that.
I have a QR code in the
That's
back of my car.
Oh, that's dope. See
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some way you can like incorporate it with the hair. Like they're like you like your hair and you lift it up and you just got like a tattoo of the QR code.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. My parents would kill me, but I would love to do that.
Are you ever gonna do like a physical release, like a physical concert release, with any of your music soon?
I've always wanted to do vinyl,
Got you.
but I need more funding.
Yeah.
It's expensive. Tapes are not that bad, and CDs, I can make CDs very easily. It's
Right.
just that the tapes are coming back for people to buy. Like, people want to get those
Yeah.
now, but the CD thing, I don't know how many people. I mean, I'm sure that, like, my main fan base, the, like, 50 really dedicated people, they'll be like, yeah, I'll get a CD.
Right.
But then it's like, did this pay off necessarily what I was doing?
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I definitely want to do that. That's definitely, I should do that.
Right.
Yeah. I can imagine CD, like more people have a CD player than a.
Then a
Tape player,
tape.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
I completely agree.
Like I feel like people get the
But
tapes for like just.
do people want to buy the CD?
I'd buy
People
the
want to buy the tape because they're like, ooh, it's aesthetic and
Yeah,
retro and blah blah
right.
blah blah blah. This
Like,
whole thing.
but never
Just
put
like
it in.
exactly right,
Yeah.
exactly how people felt with vinyl. So like,
Yeah.
But now that's like, not that that wasn't a thing. That was definitely vinyl lovers. Don't come for me. I know you've been here, but just I don't know. I'll see people raving about CDs, and
Yeah.
no one. I don't know. I don't know the average price of a CD, but let's
Yeah.
just say it was $10. I know no one wants to pay $10 for a CD. That's
Mm.
like of some artist that you maybe listen to
Right.
4 times
Right.
in a month.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it seems like distribution wise and like.
Then you have to get it to them.
Yeah.
The
yeah.
people that want to buy it are not necessarily right around me.
Right.
Which is, I guess, the whole issue.
It's-
Because now I
it's-
have to get it to them. Now was this worth it?
Right.
Yeah.
I should have jacked the price up for this one person that wanted
Right.
it. You know what I mean? But I'd rather just make them like their own little personalized
Yeah.
one. But
Mm.
it's, I guess I would have to get it a bigger scale in order to do a physical one. But I really want to do a vinyl.
Got you.
But also there's the whole like, all of these different medias have different production.
Mhm.
And I'm like, can I get the person that made this to do that production
Right.
for this media? And can I have the both? I don't know.
Yeah.
Because, you know, some people, if I'm working with a specific producer, I'm going to be paying them a certain amount of money.
Right.
And will they do it again?
Right.
For both the Spotify, Apple Music, that distribution, and this other thing? Or will they upcharge me? Like, you should, but most will do. And then you're like, well, I don't really want to do this anymore. Like, this is expensive and I make $10 a year.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Have you done tapes before?
No.
Hmm.
I've done nothing physical before.
Oh,
Got
okay.
you.
I've done some personal things for people
Right.
that are like my family, but nothing.
I mean, you mentioned that and like that, like it'd be kind of cool, like have like a booth at a show or something that has like a CD, but it's like decorated or like
Yeah.
painted on it, and like
Yeah.
charge a little extra for it. So like
I should definitely look into that.
it's like an album, but it's also like unique, like one of one.
Yeah. No. Yes. And finding those specific people
Mhm.
is what I need to do.
Right.
Yeah.
I know a few.
Like
I know
the
a few
people
of
who
them
come
that-
to like every show of
Yeah,
yours would
I
get
know
one
a few
of
of them that exist out there. That this person was definitely someone I can count on.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I can't count on everyone like that. I need to
Yeah.
find a mass of them.
Right.
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Gotcha. So you guys been listening to Stargirl for the last 40 minutes. She's giving us an update on her music releases, like Splits, which came out a couple weeks ago. Please check it out. Please stream her singles, help become super famous, and go on worldwide tours with Beyonce and Billie Eilish.
Yeah.
But yeah, is there anybody?
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, and Ariana Grande.
One could hope. When she's out of production for Wicked.
Oh, she's in Wake.
I'm not gonna get into this. I was just showing my standness. I'm so sorry.
Too far.
Right.
You let us in
I'm too
close.
far down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Is anybody want to give a shout out to that you didn't give a shout out the first time, even if you remember the first time? But I don't know.
Or like your socials also.
Yeah, and that
Oh.
too.
Shout out Ramiro.
Mhm.
I love you. Literally, with my whole soul. My socials are Stargirl Music with 2 S's. You can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Twitter, and you can find me on Facebook.
Right.
No TikTok?
You can find me on TikTok too. I'm so sorry. My manager is gonna be like, mention the TikTok, please.
You're welcome.
Stargirl Music with 2 S's. That's my TikTok.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
Cool.
thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thanks for
thank you so much for
again.
coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great to see you. Great to premiere the hair.
Yeah.
Yes.
Everyone, the pink hair, the neon.
Yeah.
It's here.
Yes.
Have you
How
guys-
long will it
It's really
stay?
blessed.
Before it goes away, you'll see the visual portion of this interview either tomorrow night or Tuesday morning. One of those two. But yeah. But
Definitely check it out. So
Please
you
check
can
it
see
out.
our faces.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks again for coming on the show.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having me.
Yeah.
Thank you everyone for listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah, please. Thank you for listening.
So sincere.
I tried. All right, so no show next Sunday. We're taking a break because we need it, and I'm kind of tired.
Dope.
But yeah, but see you guys in 2 weeks, and enjoy the rest of your night and Labor Day weekend. Peace out.
Good night.
Guys.
Stargirl.
I've been thinking as of lately, back and forth, never make up my mind these days. Maybe if I drive myself crazy, I'll be better off than I really seem. Go get lost, then fuck off. Start go split, take a hit, then move on. Go get lost, then fuck off. Start go split, take a hit, then move on. Give it some time, no, make up your mind. You're just a lazy bitch, you don't know what they want. Lazy bitch, you don't know what they want. Lazy bitch, you don't know what they want. I'm not gonna text back, don't want no ex back. Make up my mind and I decide should not have said that. Be sure you act fast.